great at follow-up and really not great at retention. Like, I don't know, I just thought magically maybe my customers would take care of themselves. And that didn't really work out for me. And I realized one day when I was going back through my Facebook messages and I found a message from like 3 years ago telling somebody I was going to call them on Friday, that maybe I needed a better system for follow-up, because like, how do you message somebody and be like, hey, you know, it's Friday, 3 years later, but here I am. So it's super important to be following up. And so, Crystal, you're so awesome getting this slide up. I have a little epic fail getting her my stuff. But, so here is, maybe, here we go. Here is such an important slide for you guys to take note of with sales statistics, because I think what happens is so many of us give up when somebody doesn't sign up the first time, right? And here's what's happening. Like, when you're doing that, thank you very much, because you're building my business, right? You are not building your own business. You have to follow up with people. So 48% of salespeople never follow up with a prospect, never even follow up, never bother. Like, I'm not going to tell you I'm going to call you Friday. Like, that's terrible customer service. 25% of salespeople make a second contact and then stop. So that's all they do, right? 12% of salespeople only make 3 contacts and stop, and only 10% of salespeople make more than 3 contacts. I've heard different quotes over the years. One of the most common ones, or statistics, one of the most common ones I've heard is that it takes usually 7 to 12 times before somebody says yes. 7 to 12 times before somebody says yes. That doesn't mean that you message somebody 7 days in a row. Like, I'd block that person on Facebook probably. But you gotta follow up with them, and you have to have a little system in place. So 2% of sales made on the first contact, 3% of sales made on the second, 5% on the third, 10% on the fourth, 80% of those sales on the 5th to 12th contact. Like, that's crazy, right? So is anybody guilty of maybe not following up like they should? Oh, it's good to know you can get to ambassador without being a good follow-up. That's great. Oh, it's because Melissa's a good time. Okay. So here we go. All right, here we go. So, and here's the other thing that's important to think about too. We all know what a hundreds list is, right? We all have our list of people that we are following up with. Your hundreds list, I believe, is a breathing, living document that's forever changing. You're adding to it. And it's growing exponentially every single day. If it's not, then that's another issue that we'll talk about. But here's the deal. There's only 3 ways you get off of my leads list, off of my hundreds list. If you're on my team, you should know this, right? Number 1, you sign up. You join my team, you become a customer, you become a distributor. That's one way to get off my list. Number 2, you say, do not ever contact me again. And number 3, you die. That's the only way to get off my list. Because if you haven't done one of those 3 things, and I hope that your health is well, then I'm going to continue to follow up with you. It's so important, okay? The other thing I think is important to know is that when you're following up, it's so important also to remember to keep your intentions just really pure and true. Like, what are you in it? Are you in it just to get a fast start bonus, or are you in it to actually help that person? Are you in it to actually find out what's going to work for that person, what's going to be the best product for them, what's going to bring them the most success? What is their goal, even as a distributor? Like, if somebody signs up and they want just to have free product, but I think they want to go after the $10,000 bonus, it's a little bit different goals. So you really have to have your intentions pure. You have to have it be in a place where you're really doing it for others. I'm a big believer in karma. What comes about, you know, what you think about, how you treat people comes back to you. And so when you keep it pure and true, you're going to have better results in your business. And the other thing too is, plain and simple, if you're not going to follow up, you are in the wrong business. And so if that makes you a little bit nervous, that's okay. If it makes you a little uncomfortable, great. But if you sit here and tell me that I'm never going to follow up, then I'm just going to be really honest with you and tell you this probably isn't the business for you. You might not like to hear that you're a salesperson, but pretty much everybody in life is a salesperson. You know, my prior career as a chiropractor, like it or not, I was selling people their health and wellness care then too. So everybody's a salesperson. You got to do the follow-up. So here's kind of what, everybody's different with how their follow-up works and like a system. I'm old school. I like to write a lot of stuff down. I like pen to paper. I do Excel spreadsheets too. But here's how I do my follow-up. And I don't care if I'm getting a lead from face-to-face interaction, from an event, from Instagram, from Facebook, whatever. What I do is I message that person immediately. They comment, I meet them. Like if I'm at an event, that night I'm messaging my leads, right? I'm sending them a message. If I don't hear back from them, I'm messaging them in 2 more days, right? Because those leads are hot. Like you gotta get on those leads. So I message them in 2 more days. If I still haven't heard back from them, I message them again in a week, right? And then if I still haven't heard back, I message them in 2 weeks. And then after that, monthly. Until they join, they tell me where to go, or die. And the other thing that's really important too, well, it's true, like, right? They're gonna eventually come around. They're watching you. It might not be their time, but they're watching you. So when I'm messaging them monthly, maybe I'm going back to, every month I have a special. Every month there's something different going on. It doesn't matter if you use a Mad Mini, if you've got a list going on Facebook that you're going back to. If you're not utilizing lists on Facebook, I don't know if you guys are going through that stuff later, but super great way to keep track of your leads too. But make sure that you're messaging that way. And then the other thing is make sure you have a calendar. We're going to talk about this more in the Ruby Room later today. When somebody tells me, yeah, I'm totally in, I'm payday's Friday, I'm in. I am going to write that person down on my calendar, right? Friday, and I'm going to write down where they're at, how to get a hold of them. So you better believe that the day they told me that they're going to order or they're going to join, I am on it. Even better, I'm going to try to get all of their information before that, so that all I have to do is text them, hey, today's go day, I've got everything, here we go. Ready? Let's go, I'm so excited to help you. That's what you're going to do to get their information, or to get them signed up. One more important thing, I know we're I'm good? Okay. Is personal development. They've talked, Crystal's talked a little bit about this, and you're going to hear this more and more through the day. Personal development is so important in every aspect of your life, and even things that you don't think it's important. And this is one of them, follow-up. Because the truth is, you're going to have some rejection that comes with follow-up. And a no to me just means not right now. Doesn't mean that, no, I don't like you, no, I'm just not ready, okay? But the more that you build yourself up and you feed your soul and your brain and your heart, and you're in a place where you're okay with whatever somebody says, that's a great place to be in your business, by the way, is that you don't care what the outcome is. You know why you're doing it, you're going after it, you're asking them, and the outcome doesn't matter. I think Kara said it earlier maybe, if they said no, that's okay, the next person's gonna say yes, right? And that's a great place to be with your business. Personal development will help take you there where you can take those no's. And you've got to go for the no's. Go for the no's with your follow-up, because the more no's you get means that you're going to get those yeses along the way. But when we stop at a no, when we stop after that first contact, that second contact, that third contact, you're never going to get the yeses. And then yes, you're going to feel defeated in your business. You're going to feel like nobody wants to sign up or nobody wants what you have. Well, you know what? Here's the thing. This business doesn't happen by osmosis. Sorry. Any other science nerd in here? Come on. Osmosis? No?
I don't even know what that means. Can you translate?
Who's Moses?
Who's Moses?
Yes, winner. Good job. Crystal's like, I don't even know what that means. Okay, I'm just kidding.
I was a hairstylist.
Talk about, that's right, yeah.
So it's a taco.
Squirrel moment. Okay, squirrel. If you know me, I'm like, bright, shiny object. Wait, let's turn over to Denise. I'm sure I'll think of something else fabulous.
I have a question that other people probably are wondering too. When you said that you do 2 days, then a week, then 2 weeks, then monthly, how are you keeping track of this, that you contacted them?
Right, so that's what I said is everybody's got something different. For me, I'm a pen to paper kind of girl. I like to write things down. I use a calendar and I use a notebook. Okay. That's what works for me. I've got some other people on my team who utilize Excel spreadsheets, which probably is a better way to go, because if your list is truly growing, like it gets a little cray-cray, right, when your list is, my hundreds list is like a thousands list, right? That's a little bit harder to keep track of. But it just depends on what works for you and kind of figuring that out. I have kind of melded both of them together, but I think for me a calendar works the best.
Okay, and one more question.
Yeah.
You said that every month is a new special, like you message people, what do you say to them?
So every month is a new special. It depends on what it is. So like this month might be the holiday packs. Like, hey, I'm so excited to share with you. We've got a great special going this month. It's the perfect time to not only take care of yourself but treat your loved ones. Blah 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 blah. Maybe it's like right after Christmas. Guess what? Summer bodies are made in the winter, right? Like there's different specials every time of year. So I go between, I try to switch off month to month, and I make them up. Like there's no, like, oh, guess what? There's a special on Cat Fighters and Dermofit. I've got 6 more left. Well, I've got 6,000 left, but okay. So whatever works to draw those people in and create a sense of urgency, I think is also good. If you create that sense of urgency. I think getting a date on for people too when you're following up, as opposed to, okay, well, great, we'll talk to you later. Nope, great, I'm gonna call you on Friday. Like, get the date, get it, and get a confirmation from them also of like, same thing with sending them like even a video, like a prospect video or something like that. Okay, well, if I send it to you, are you gonna watch it? Yes, I am. Great, when are you gonna watch it? Okay, so if I send it to you, you're gonna watch it Friday when you get home from work. Yes, I am. Awesome. So I'm going to call you Friday night after you watch that video. Would that be okay with you? Now, that might seem, what's the word you've used for me, Josh? Pushy?
Pushy Pam. This is no bull. This is seriously Pam. She does this stuff, and it works.
Yeah, I'm not saying pushy, but the thing is it's not like I'm like, okay, well, by the way, I'm going to be stalking you, and I'm going to be, no, I'm just getting confirmation from them so that they're not surprised when they hear from me. Or, I mean, I have people all the time that are like, thank you so much for following up with me like you said you would. I lost your number. I'm so glad you texted me back. I was looking everywhere. I just had that a couple days ago. I don't know what I did. I cleared my phone. I couldn't find your information. Thank you, thank you. And she became a loyal customer and did the hair challenge. So please don't think of it as being pushy. Think of it as being professional, but also you're having good customer service because you are doing what you said you were gonna do, right?
Well,
and this is, yeah, they might say, bye-bye, but if anybody like friends, okay. Oh, thank you. Maybe I'm dating myself there too, okay. But that's having good customer service, it's being professional, and yeah, I lost my train of thought. Okay. I was just realizing that was kind of probably inappropriate, so I'm sorry. All right. Welcome to my world. Here you go.
All right, so I'm going to talk about retention and retaining those loyal customers. So you all got that, went through those notes, you got that loyal customer. We all know the excitement that we get when we actually sign that loyal customer, right? I mean, even after 6 years, you're still excited when you sign that loyal customer.
Yes.
So it's even more exciting when they continually order month after month after month after month. The loyal customers are pretty much your bread on your butter on your bread. That's going to be your residual income, and that's really what is amazing about this company, because they do give that amount of money every month just to have residual orders, the residual income, those continuing orders. So I'm just going to go over just a quick little things that I do to retain my customers.
We can't hear you.
Yeah. Yep.
I can't hear you.
Oh, just bring it closer.
All right. So let's see. When you first sign up that loyal customer, I mean, that's excitement, right? I mean, you just got them on the books, and you're going to ask them, how do you want me to contact you? So you want to make sure you know flat out right away what's the best way to contact them. You're going to do text message, you're going to do Facebook message, you're going to do email, whatever it is, so you know that information. I like to get them on Facebook because we're all busy and we're all on Facebook every day, so it's an easy way to stay connected. We also have, I started a closed group on Facebook just strictly for my loyal customers, and now we're actually revamping that and adding in the distributors and all of my distributors loyal customers, and we're going to be taking turns in. So I'm really excited about that. So that's an amazing tool because you can make that loyal customer feel very special because they're getting firsthand all the new, boom sales and BOGO sales and things like that. They think they're getting it firsthand, which is pretty awesome. You're going to want to contact those first 3 months is crucial. I mean, those first 3 months are prime time to get connected with those loyal customers. So you should be contacting them right away within the first couple weeks to make sure they got their first shipment, to make sure they're using the products, because I'll tell you what, if that product is not being used and it's going to stack up on their kitchen counter, they're not going to order after that 3 months. I'm then that's just the fact of life. They're just not going to work because they're going to look at those packages and it's just going to run through their head about the much money that they wasted. So you really want to make sure that you contact them and make sure they're using their products. You know, the second month you're going to call them up and you're going to say, oh, this is your second month. Do you want to try something new? Or how are those wraps working? Or are you ready to try those greens? Things like that. And on the third month, the same thing. And then on the fourth month, I always like to call. And then that's when I get started to get excited. And that's when I say, oh my gosh, you guys got free product credit. What are you going to get with your free product? You got $10. You can take that off of any product you want. Things like that. So that way you're staying contacted with them. And I'm also going to remind them on that fourth one that now they're a loyal customer for life. They've unlocked all these amazing savings for the rest of their life. They've locked it. I mean, it's theirs. So now they get free shipping and handling. And if they have 3 more consecutive orders, they're going to get $50 in free product credit. And then if they have, you know, I can't say 9 more consecutive orders, they get $150 in free product credit. So, so that's pretty awesome. So I keep them updated that way. What I do, and I find this amazing, and like Pam, I'm a paper person. All right, so I have a notebook. So on this notebook, I have all of my loyal customers' names, ID number, and a phone number. So they're right here. So when there's a boom sale or there's some kind of sale whatsoever, I'm texting them. And they're going to get a text message from me. Not only do my customers hear from me every month, by text message, they hear from me on my closed Facebook group. They hear from me when there's sales, things like that. I send them a thank you card right away that first month. I send out a thank you card and hey, what's happening in spring letter, because we all know spring's a boom time and people are, you know, getting ready to wear shorts. We live in Wisconsin and Minnesota. And then I also send them a fall letter, and then a fall letter, and I'll just send that out to all my loyal customers and just you know, thank them. You know, thank you very much. I appreciate it for your orders. It's just amazing, things like that. The other thing is, this is your loyal customers. This is it. So we all have been in this business for a while. If you haven't, you're going to have distributors that just fall off the land. But guess what? Those distributors sign up loyal customers. Those loyal customers belong to your business. So those loyal customers, if you personally enrolled that distributor, go ahead and write down those loyal customers' names and their ID numbers and their phone numbers and start texting them and start messaging them, because that's volume just sitting out there wasting away if you do not stay in contact with those people. We're all going to experience it. You know, the people come and go so much in this business, but those customers join, and they join for a reason. And they might still, it's funny because I just had a distributor cancel not quite a week ago, and I went through and I started adding her loyal customers to my list, because guess what, that's my business, you know. And one of them had 600 flipping perk points, and I'm thinking this lady never called, so I'm like calling her. Yeah, so it's pretty exciting. So you never know. I mean, you just never know. So you just want to make sure you stay in contact with those loyal customers. And if you really think it's a tough job, you know, if you have 4 loyal customers or if you have 250 loyal customers, you know, it's still going to take you that same amount of time to just message them, just stay connected with them, because really, I mean, that can be some amazing income every month. So, yep.
So I just wanted to add a couple things. She actually made me just think of this, whether you have 4 customers or 600 loyal customers, guess what? It's easier to start now than it is a year from now. So even if you haven't done a great job taking care of your loyal customers, it's okay. Start now. Go back and dig where you can and get their information and make that connection. Or hey, what if you're even really honest with them and just say, you know what, I just want to apologize. I did not give you as great a customer care as I should have, but I am on my game and I'm here and I'm ready to help you. That's okay too. People just want you to be honest with them. A couple other tips that I had, same with the Facebook, the closed group on Facebook too for loyal customers, but I have my team in there and I encourage them to add their loyal customers. And here's the great thing, is number 1, it's multiple people working together, posting specials. It's not inundated or anything, it's more like BOGO sales, holiday packs, things like that. But like Denise said, people are gonna come and go in this business. So what a great way to stay in touch with those loyal customers in your downline. At least they're seeing, I've had multiple people order just because they see things in that page or in that group whose distributors are no longer in the business. So that might be something for you to either do with your team or talk to your upline about, just having a little Facebook group for customers. The other thing I was going to add is, same with Denise, I kind of use the 2x2x2 rule for loyal customer retention, and I was taught this way back when I joined, I don't know. And here's what it is. Within 2 days, you're contacting them. Hey, thank you for your order. Handwritten thank you card goes a long way. Who doesn't like to get snail mail? Looking in a thank you card in the mail is amazing. Here's your login information. Here's how you get in. Here's how you order. Here's when your auto shipment, that kind of stuff. Then the next 2 is 2 weeks from them. You're gonna message them again. Hey, how's it going? Did you get your package? Did you open it? Because how many times do we get packages and they just sit there? I'm so excited for you. Make sure you send them wrap instructions or whatever it is. And then from there, 2 months. Because guess what? Their third shipment is gonna have arrived by then. So, hey, just wanted to touch base with you. How's it going? Are you loving your wraps? How's it going with the greens? I know your goals were X, Y, and Z. I just want to remind you, if you continue to order, you're actually going to get free shipping now. Doesn't matter what, I'm sure you follow along with the greens, you're going to get free shipping on it every single month, and then give them those tips. But that helps me, if I think 2x2x2, just kind of staying on top of it a little bit more. And again, utilize the calendar, notebook, something like that is going to help you greatly.
Even your steps to success sheet.
Yep.
So like you get October and November.
Yep.
I mean, I don't use the actual steps to success sheet, but that way I have them front and back, so I always have 2 months right there handy. So like if I get some downtime, I'll just flip it over and I'm like, okay, I'm contacting October's, I'm contacting November's. Yeah.
Great. Does anybody have any questions quick? I know we're trying to slide through.
Go ahead. Okay, so I use, I have an Android phone, so I use Mighty Text, and it's an app that you can download on your phone, and it works with your, it's Mighty Text.
Mighty Text?
iPhone and group text.
Okay, so it's Mighty Text on Android and iPhone. I think it's called Text Whiz. But I can send out 100 text messages at one time. So I can draft up one text message and I can pick my group.
So you can go in there and you can set up your groups. I have my loyal customer group, I have my leads group, and I have, it's just so much easier. I mean, I can do 100 text messages in 5 seconds. So, definitely awesome. Woo. Pardon? Yeah, individual text messages, it's not a group, yep. Yep.
What did you hear? What did you say it was?
I use group text for iPhone.
Group text?
Group
Text
text.
for iPhone?
It's like $2.99. But
Yeah, group text for iPhone.
Yeah, okay. And I just found one that says, it was Text Whiz or something like that, that iPhone, and I don't have iPhone, so I'm kind of not fancy.
whatever works.
Yeah.
Quick question. How, I mean, I'm not a distributor, it's my wife, so I'm kind of helping her. Sometimes she, I don't know to ask. But when you respond to a person, like when you ask them, like, hey, what do you think about the wrap? And they said, you know what, it's not really working for me. So how you respond to that?
Okay, first thing is I don't ever ask somebody if they like something. I am like, oh, I'm so excited for you. I can't wait to hear about your results. What were your results? Or what did you like best? Those are key things that I say, no matter if I'm talking to somebody about a product or whatever, because then it'll lead to more conversation. So that's number one. And number two, if they don't, then I just go through my questions. Oh, okay, well, did you take pictures? Because like probably 90% of the time, the people didn't take before and after pictures. Oh, you didn't? Oh my gosh, I didn't take a picture either my first time, but when I saw my picture, oh, it was crazy. I couldn't even believe the difference. Because let's be real, we're hardest on ourselves. Like you look down and you're like, yeah, that pretty much looks the same, right? So, well, it does. And if they did, okay, great. Tell me about how much water you drink. Are you a smoker? Do you drink diet? I'll just dig in a little bit more because there's typically more to it. And that's a great way too then to start, okay, well let's do a cleanse and start doing some probiotics. Let's clean out your gut. Those kinds of things will help. I'm sorry, but if you're not talking to your customers about food, you're probably missing the boat a little bit. Okay.
Need to go on to Vanessa's husband's post.
Oh, okay.
It's hilarious. It's about, it's awesome.
It's about poop?
It's about poop.
Oh, okay. I mean, poop's always funny. Does anybody? One more?
You mentioned the spring letter that you sent out.
Oh, yeah.
Tell me more about that.
Okay, so I kind of go out the seat of my pants, so whatever I'm thinking that day when I sit down at my computer, I just type up a letter. And so like this last spring, I had just went diamond, and I was super excited. So I shared with all my customers, and I just thanked them again, and I thank my customers all the time, every month. The first words out of my mouth is thank you so much for ordering this month, or thank you so much for signing up with me. And I just thanked them, and I just went on, and then I was super excited that we started talking about, I highlight products or things that was working for me, and at that time, I had started the system on my own, and I had lost, 30 pounds, I think, from February to March when I sent out that letter. So I was super pumped about that, and then, yeah, it's just whatever, you're you. You want to make it come from you. So it's just more or less something, spring is new, something new, and yeah. And I always think that's a good time because I find that sending out the letters in March is a good time because, people set up their resolutions in January or December. In January, well, by February, they're done with them. And so March, you can kind of put that new life into people and, make them excited about something else and maybe about them a little bit, so, yeah.
Awesome.
Give these guys a round of applause. This is so awesome. I can tell you both of these ladies are amazing at follow-up and retention, and Pam might have said it and I totally missed it, but I love when she tells her story and she says she started doing a crazy thing and that was following up with people. I think it's so awesome. It's so true. Okay, so we're going to move on.